Math Tune-Up with Mr. Payne. Let's do a review of graphing a quadratic equation. Here I've got the equation y equals x squared plus 2x minus 8. The first thing I'd like to do is find the roots of the equations. These are also known as the X Intercepts. To do that, I'm going to factor the expression. So I'm going to factor x squared plus 2x minus 8. My sum is 2 and my product is negative 8. So I need two numbers that multiply to give me negative 8 and add to be plus 2. Well, let's try 4 and negative 2. 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. 4 plus negative 2 is plus 2. So my factors are going to be x plus 4 times x minus 2. Now, to get the x-intercepts, I want to know the values of x that make each of these expressions equal to 0. So I want to know x plus 4 equals 0 or x minus 2 equals 0. So what's a number that I add to 4 to give me 0? Well, that would be x equals negative 4. What's a number that I subtract 2 from to get 0? Well, 2 minus 2 is 0, so here x equals 2. So those are my two x-intercepts. And I can plot them on my graph. So I'm going to plot x equals negative 4 and x equals plus 2. Now, my y-intercept. My y-intercept is the place where the graph crosses the y-axis. And as we know, if a function is in standard form, the last term is the y-intercept. So y-intercept is negative 8. So I'll plot that on my graph. Right on the y-axis, I'm going to plot negative 8. So far, I've got my two x-intercepts and my y-intercepts. Now I want to get the vertex of the function. So vertex. To find the vertex, it happens midway between the two roots. So it's going to happen equidistant between these 2 points. So let's take, to find the midpoint, I'm going to add my two x-intercepts and divide by 2. So I'm going to have negative 4 plus 2 divided by 2. That works out to be negative 2 divided by 2, which is equal to negative 1. That's the x-coordinate of the vertex. Now I will sub x equals negative 1 into original function, original equation, to get y-coordinate. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to say y equals negative 1 squared plus 2 times negative 1 minus 8. So negative 1 times negative 1 is 1. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. And then minus 8. When I add those three together, 1 minus 2 is negative 1. Minus 8 is negative 9. So vertex is negative 1, negative 9. I'm going to plot that on the graph. So I'll go back over to my graph here. So now I'm going to go to negative 1 on the x-axis and then down to negative 9. Now, we have an axis of symmetry. The parabola is symmetrical about the axis of symmetry. That axis of symmetry goes through x equals negative 1. Okay, so that means that if I've got my y-intercept at negative 8, it is 1 unit from the x-coordinate of the vertex. So that's a 1 unit there. So if I go 1 unit more this way, I can get my y-intercept mirror point is going to be -2, -8. I now have 5 points. I've got my vertex, -1, -9, my y-intercept of -8, my y-intercept mirror point at -2, -8, and my 2 roots, -4 and +2. Now I can just draw my parabola. So I just make a nice smooth curve. That's your nice accurate graph of y equals x squared plus 2x minus 8. Please feel free to come back and revisit this lesson anytime you feel the need.